Hey, it's Kaya, and I am so glad that you are here today. Because if you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or like your own mind is holding you back, this is for you. We're about to do a deep dive into something that will change everything. The 25 universal rules for becoming mentally unstoppable. I want you to think of this not just as a list, but as your personal roadmap. A step-by-step guide to building the kind of inner strength that doesn't just get you through challenges, but helps you thrive because of them. This isn't about just feeling good for a moment, it's about fundamentally rewiring how you think, act, and show up in your life. These principles are the foundation for unshakable mental toughness. We're going to cover everything from how you talk to yourself, to the habits you build, to the people you surround yourself with. Each rule is a tool, and by the end of this video, your toolbox is going to be overflowing. You'll have everything you need to stop letting fear, self-doubt, and procrastination call the shots. This is about you taking back control and building a life that you are truly proud of, one powerful decision at a time. This isn't a lecture, it's a training session, so get ready. I want you to grab a notebook, silence the notifications, and give yourself this time. We are going on an in-depth, motivational journey together. I'm not just going to tell you what to do, I'm going to show you how to do it and explain why it works. We're going to get honest, we're going to get practical, and you're going to leave here today feeling energized, inspired, and most importantly, equipped to become the most confident and resilient version of yourself. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with the one that changes the entire game. Rule number 1 is to take full responsibility, and I mean full responsibility, for your actions, your reactions, your happiness, your finances, your health, all of it. This is the bedrock of mental strength, because the moment you stop blaming other people, the economy, your past, or your circumstances for where you are, you reclaim all of your power. It's so easy to point the finger, I get it. It feels better for a second. But blaming makes you a victim, and victims are powerless. They wait for someone else to save them. Mentally strong people are never victims. They are the heroes of their own story, and that story starts with ownership. This isn't about blaming yourself either. It's not about beating yourself up for mistakes. This is about empowerment. When you take responsibility, you are saying, I am the one in control here. I am the one who can change things. You stop waiting and you start creating. So from this moment forward, I want you to make a promise to yourself. No more excuses, no more I would, but the question is no longer whose fault is it? The only question that matters is, what am I going to do about it? That single shift in perspective is the first and most critical step to becoming unstoppable. Next up, let's talk about how you actually move forward. Rule number 2 is to build purposeful habits. Your success isn't determined by some big heroic act you do once a year. It's determined by the small things you do consistently, day in and day out. Your habits are the engine of your life, and right now, that engine is either driving you toward your goals or away from them. There is no neutral. So you have to be intentional. You have to look at your long-term goals, that big vision you have for your life, and ask yourself, what daily actions will get me there? It's not about adding 20 new habits tomorrow. It's about being strategic. Start with one. What is one habit that, if you did it every single day, would create unstoppable momentum? Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to work on your side hustle. Maybe it's putting on your running shoes the second you get home from work. Maybe it's spending 15 minutes learning a new skill. Whatever it is, you need to align your daily routines with your future self. When your actions are in harmony with your ambitions, you stop relying on willpower, and you start running on the powerful automatic fuel of habit. That's how you build a life that moves you forward, even on the days you don't feel like it. This one is huge, so listen closely. Rule number 3 is to act despite fear. I want to be really clear about this. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is being terrified and doing it anyway. Everyone feels fear. Mentally strong people, successful people, confident people, they all feel fear. The difference is they have a bias for action. They have trained themselves to feel the fear and move forward regardless. They know that the fear is just a feeling. It's a biological signal that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that's a good thing. It means you're growing. Your brain's job is to keep you safe, and anything new or uncertain feels unsafe to your brain. So it will scream at you with fear, doubt, and a million reasons why you should stop. Your job is to thank your brain for trying to protect you, and then take the action anyway. The only way to shrink the fear is to walk straight through it. Each time you act in the face of fear, you teach yourself that you can handle it. You build evidence of your own capability, and that is what transforms fear from a stop sign into a green light for growth. Are you a perfectionist? If you are, this rule is going to set you free. Rule number 4 is to aim for progress, not perfection. Perfectionism is honestly one of the sneakiest forms of self-sabotage. It sounds like a good thing, right? Like, I just have high standards. But in reality, perfectionism is just fear in a fancy outfit. It's the fear of being judged, the fear of failing, the fear of not being good enough. And what does it do? It keeps you stuck. It makes you procrastinate on starting the project, launching the website, or having the conversation because it's not perfect yet. But here's the truth. Perfect is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Instead, I want you to become obsessed with progress. Focus on taking small, messy, imperfect steps forward every single day. Celebrate the 1% improvements. Did you write one paragraph? Amazing. Did you make one sales call? That's a huge win. Did you go to the gym for 10 minutes? Fantastic. These small wins build momentum, and more importantly, they build confidence. You prove to yourself through action that you are capable. So let go of the need to have it all figured out. Just start. Done is better than perfect. Progress is the only goal that matters. If you truly want to become mentally unstoppable, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Rule number 5 is to embrace discomfort. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Every single thing you want in life, the confidence, the success, the fulfilling relationships, the healthy body, exists just outside the boundary of what feels easy and familiar right now. Real growth, the kind that creates lasting change, is always preceded by a period of discomfort. It's the discomfort of learning a new skill and feeling clumsy. It's the discomfort of having a difficult conversation. It's the physical discomfort of pushing yourself in a workout. Mentally strong people don't run from that feeling, they lean into it. They understand that discomfort is the price of admission for a bigger life. They have reframed it in their minds not as a threat, but as a signal that they are on the right track. So I challenge you to do one thing every day that makes you a little uncomfortable. Introduce yourself to a stranger, take a cold shower, volunteer to lead the presentation. The more you intentionally step into discomfort, the more you expand your comfort zone, and the more capable and resilient you become. Your mind can be your greatest asset or your worst enemy. Rule number 6 is about making sure it's your greatest asset. Turn negative thoughts into positivity. I'm not talking about toxic positivity where you just pretend everything is fine. I'm talking about actively challenging the negative, self-defeating stories you tell yourself. Your brain is wired with a negativity bias. It's designed to look for threats. That's why thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I'm going to fail, or what will they think of me, can feel so loud and automatic. They are habits of thought, and just like any habit, they can be broken and replaced. The first step is awareness. You have to catch the negative thought in the act. When you hear that critical voice, don't just accept it as truth. Stop and question it. Ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Is it helping me? Then you must deliberately replace it with an empowering belief. Instead of I can't handle this, try I can handle this one step at a time. Instead of I'm going to mess this up, try I am prepared and I will do my best. This isn't a one-time fix. It's a daily practice, like training a muscle. The more you do it, the weaker the negative voice becomes and the stronger your inner champion gets. Let's talk about confidence because most people get this backward. Rule number 7 is to believe in impossible goals by building your self-confidence through action. Most people think they need to feel confident before they can pursue a big, audacious goal. They wait for this magical feeling of self-assurance to descend upon them, but that's not how it works. Confidence is not a prerequisite for action. Confidence is a result of action. You don't think your way into a confident state. You act your way into it. Every time you do something you were scared to do, every time you keep a promise to yourself, you are casting a vote for the person you want to become. You build belief in yourself by collecting evidence of your own capabilities. So if you have a goal that feels impossible right now, that's perfect. Break it down into the smallest possible first step. A step so small you can't say no to it. Then take that step. And the next. And the next. The impossible goal isn't the point. The point is who you become in the process of pursuing it. You become someone who takes action, who faces challenges, who keeps going, and that person is undeniably, authentically confident. Your reality is shaped by your beliefs. If you want to change your reality, you must change what you believe is possible. Rule number 8 is to let go of limiting beliefs. These are the invisible scripts that run your life. The stories you've told yourself for so long that you accept them as fact. I'm not a creative person. I'm too old to start over. I'm just not good with money. And the biggest one of all, I can't. That phrase, I can't, is a dead end. It shuts down all possibility, it kills creativity, and it keeps you trapped right where you are. The secret to breaking free is to replace that statement with a question. Instead of I can't afford that, I want you to ask, how can I afford that? Instead of I can't figure this out, ask, how can I figure this out? See the difference? A statement is a period. A question is an open door. It engages your brain in a completely different way. It forces your mind to start searching for solutions, resources, and strategies. When you stop telling yourself what you can't do and start asking how you can, you unlock a level of resourcefulness and potential you never knew you had. The most successful athletes, performers, and leaders in the world all have this one thing in common. Rule number 9 is to practice visualizing success. This is so much more than just daydreaming or wishful thinking. Visualization, or mental rehearsal, is the act of repeatedly creating a detailed, vivid experience in your mind of you achieving your goal. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real memory and a vividly imagined one. When you consistently visualize yourself succeeding, you are essentially pre-programming your brain for that outcome. You're creating neural pathways that make the actual performance feel familiar and achievable when the time comes. So take a few minutes every day to close your eyes and see it. Don't just see the outcome, feel it. What does it feel like to cross that finish line? What does it sound like when they announce your name? What emotions are you experiencing having successfully nailed that presentation? Involve all of your senses. The more detailed and emotionally charged your visualization is, the more powerful it becomes. You're not just hoping for success, you're rehearsing it until it becomes your reality. This practice primes your mind, builds your belief, and makes you magnetic to the results you want. This next rule is simple, but its impact on your mental state is profound. Rule number 10 is to practice gratitude daily. In a world that constantly tells you what you lack, gratitude shifts your focus to what you already have. It is honestly the fastest, most effective way to change your emotional state and build resilience. When you are in a state of gratitude, it's impossible to be in a state of fear or anger at the same time. You really can't be anxious about the future when you are genuinely thankful for the present. It's like a mental and emotional reset button that you can press at any time. But this needs to be an active practice, not just a passive thought. Don't just think, I'm grateful. I want you to make it tangible. Every morning before you check your phone, or every evening before you go to sleep, write down 3 specific things you are grateful for. Not just my family, but the way my partner made me laugh today. Not just my job, but the specific project I got to work on that challenged me. This practice trains your brain to scan for the positive. It rewires you to see the abundance that is already all around you, and a mind that is focused on abundance is a mind that is strong, resilient, and ready for anything. Everyone fails. Everyone gets knocked down. The defining characteristic of a mentally unstoppable person is not that they avoid failure, but how quickly they get back up. Rule number 11 is to bounce back quickly from failure. The key here is to radically reframe what failure means. Failure is not a verdict on your worth. It is not the end of the story. Failure is simply feedback. It's data. It's the world telling you, that approach didn't work, try another one, that's it. When you can detach your ego from the outcome, you can look at a setback objectively and learn from it. So, when you experience a failure or a setback, I want you to give yourself a very short window to feel the disappointment. Acknowledge it. It's okay to be frustrated or sad. But then, the clock starts. Your job is to pivot from, this is awful, to what did I learn? Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? What is the lesson here? The faster you can make that pivot from emotional reaction to strategic analysis, the faster you get back in the game. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about how gracefully and quickly you stand back up, smarter and stronger than before. I'm going to tell you a secret that will change your life. Motivation is a myth, or at least it's not what you think it is. Rule number 12 is to act even when your motivation fades. We have this idea that we need to feel motivated in order to take action. We wait for inspiration to strike like lightning, but that's a rookie mistake. Motivation isn't the cause of action, it's the result of action. The professional, the mentally tough individual doesn't wait to feel like it. They rely on something far more powerful and reliable: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishment. It's doing the thing you said you would do, long after the mood you set it in has left. It's showing up for your workout when you're tired. It's writing the chapter when you're uninspired. It's making the healthy food choice when you're craving junk. Every time you choose discipline over mood, you are building your self-respect and integrity. You are proving to yourself that you are in charge, not your fleeting feelings. So stop waiting for motivation. Let discipline be your guide. And I promise you, motivation will show up to meet you along the way. The world is constantly changing, and if you're not growing, you're falling behind. Rule number 13 is to commit to lifelong learning. Mentally strong people have an insatiable curiosity. They understand that their current knowledge is not their final destination. They operate with a growth mindset, believing that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. They don't see learning as something that ended when they finished school. They see it as a vital, ongoing part of life. This keeps them adaptable, innovative, and relevant. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go get another degree. Lifelong learning can take many forms. It can be reading books on subjects outside your expertise. It can be listening to podcasts during your commute. It can be taking an online course to develop a new skill, or finding a mentor who can challenge your thinking. The key is to be intentional about your growth, to actively seek out new information, new perspectives, and new challenges. When you are always learning, you are always growing, and a growing mind is a mind that cannot be stopped. Your energy is your most valuable resource. It's actually more valuable than your time, because with energy, you can make the most of your time. Rule number 14 is to fiercely protect your energy. Think of yourself like a smartphone. You start the day with a full battery, and everything you do, every decision, every interaction, every task, drains that battery. Mentally unstoppable people are ruthless about managing their energy. They understand what recharges them and what drains them, and they act accordingly. This means getting serious about setting boundaries. It means learning to say no. Say no to the commitments that don't align with your goals. Say no to the people who consistently leave you feeling drained and negative. Say no to mindless scrolling, gossip, and complaining. These things are energy vampires, and you have to guard your battery against them. At the same time, you must be intentional about what recharges you. Is it time in nature? Is it exercise? Is it solitude? Is it quality time with loved ones? You must schedule these things into your life with the same importance as a business meeting. Because when your energy is high, your focus is sharp, your resilience is strong, and you are capable of anything. You can't manage time. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, but you can manage your priorities. Rule number 15 is to control your time by focusing on what truly matters. Being busy and being productive are not the same thing. So many people fill their days with stuff, replying to every email instantly, attending every meeting, running every errand. But at the end of the day, they haven't moved any closer to their most important goals. They are caught in a cycle of reactive urgency, letting other people's agendas dictate their day. Mentally strong people are different. They are proactive. They operate from a place of clarity about their vision and their core priorities. Before they say yes to anything, they ask, does this move me closer to my goal? They are masters of the to-don't list. They identify their most important tasks, the ones that will create the biggest results, and they eat that frog first thing in the morning, before the rest of the world has a chance to interrupt them. They schedule their priorities. They don't prioritize their schedule. When you take control of your calendar and align your daily actions with your biggest vision, you stop being a passenger and become the driver of your own success. You know, the old saying is true. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Rule number 16 is to surround yourself with challengers. This isn't about finding people who just agree with you and make you feel comfortable. Honestly, that's a recipe for stagnation. This is about intentionally building a circle of people who challenge you to be better. People who have bigger goals than you. People who hold you to a higher standard. People who aren't afraid to call you out when you're making excuses or playing small. These are the relationships that will fuel your growth. Your circle has a profound impact on your mindset, your ambition, and your beliefs about what's possible. If you're surrounded by people who complain and see limits everywhere, that negativity will seep into your own thinking. But if you surround yourself with people who are optimistic, action-oriented, and constantly growing, that energy is contagious. It will elevate you. So take a hard look at your inner circle. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Seek out mentors, join mastermind groups, and build friendships with people who inspire you and challenge you. Your network is your net worth, not just financially, but mentally and emotionally. Your willpower is a finite resource, so why would you waste it fighting against your own environment every day? Rule number 17 is to design a supportive environment. Mentally strong people don't rely on willpower alone. They make it easy to do the right thing and hard to do the wrong thing. They are architects of their surroundings. They understand that your environment is constantly sending you cues, either encouraging positive habits or triggering negative ones. So they intentionally remove friction from the good habits and add friction to the bad ones. Want to work out in the morning? Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Want to eat healthier? Put the fruit bowl on the counter and hide the junk food in the back of the pantry. Want to read more? Leave a book on your pillow instead of your phone? Want to stop wasting time on social media? Delete the apps from your phone's home screen. These small environmental tweaks make a massive difference. You are designing a space that works for you, not against you. You're creating an ecosystem where your desired behaviors are the path of least resistance. The journey to any worthwhile goal is long and filled with obstacles. There will be days you want to quit. There will be moments when you question everything. This is where the mentally unstoppable separate themselves from the crowd. Rule number 18 is to stay committed to your vision. Your vision is your why. It's the deep emotional reason you started this journey in the first place. It's the compelling picture of the future that pulls you forward, even when the path gets difficult. When motivation wanes and challenges arise, your commitment to that vision is the anchor that holds you steady. Commitment is a decision. It's a promise you make to your future self that you will not give up. It's about remembering why you started when you feel like stopping. To keep this commitment strong, you need to keep your vision front and center. Write it down, create a vision board, talk about it, revisit it daily. Let it be the fuel that powers your persistence. Obstacles are not stop signs. They are tests of your commitment. They are opportunities to prove how badly you want it. When your commitment to your vision is stronger than your desire for comfort, you become truly unstoppable. We live in a world of instant gratification, but honestly, anything truly meaningful takes time. Rule number 19 is to develop patience and perseverance. You know, we overestimate what we can do in a single day, but we drastically underestimate what we can do in a year of consistent effort. The desire for overnight success is a trap that leads to frustration and, quitting. Mentally strong people understand that the process is a marathon, not a sprint. They have the patience to plant the seeds, water them consistently, and wait for them to grow, even when they can't see the progress happening beneath the surface. Patience is not passive waiting, it's active perseverance. It's the ability to keep putting in the work day after day, especially during the long, boring middle when the initial excitement is worn off and the results aren't yet visible. This is the grind. This is where character is forged. It's about falling in love with the process, not just the outcome. You have to trust that your small daily efforts are compounding over time into something massive. So when you feel impatient, remind yourself that great things take time. Embrace the journey and keep going. Your perseverance is what will ultimately guarantee your success. When adversity strikes, you have a choice. You can fixate on the problem, or you can focus on the solution. Rule number 20 is to always focus on solutions over problems. It's so easy to get stuck in a loop of why me or this is terrible. This victim mindset drains your energy and keeps you paralyzed. You spiral into complaining, blaming, and worrying, none of which actually do anything to improve the situation. It feels like you're doing something because you're thinking about it so much, but you're really just spinning your wheels in the mud. Mentally unstoppable people interrupt that pattern immediately. They acknowledge the problem, yes, but then they quickly pivot their focus by asking powerful, forward-moving questions. Instead of, why did this happen? They ask, okay, this happened, what's next? Or what can I do right now to make this 1% better? Or, what is within my control? This shifts your brain out of the threat response center and into the problem-solving part of your brain. It turns you from a passive victim into an active creator of your circumstances. Don't dwell on the setback. Focus on the comeback. This is one of the most important rules on this entire list because it's about giving yourself permission to grow. Rule number 21 is to understand that mental strength is trained, not innate. No one is born mentally tough. It's not a genetic gift that some people have and others don't. It is a skill. It is a set of habits and mindsets that are developed over time through deliberate practice and repetition. This should be incredibly empowering news for you. It means that no matter where you are starting from today, you have the capacity to become mentally stronger. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't walk in on day one and expect to lift the heaviest weights. You start where you are, and you train consistently. Each time you choose to act despite fear, each time you reframe a negative thought, each time you bounce back from a setback, you are doing a rep for your mental muscle. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. You are not defined by your current level of mental toughness. You are defined by your commitment to training it. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can develop this strength if they are willing to do the work. If you're waiting to stop feeling afraid before you start, you'll be waiting forever. Rule number 22 is a powerful truth. Action cures fear and builds confidence. Fear and self-doubt thrive in the space of inaction. When you are thinking, worrying, and overanalyzing, you are feeding the fear. You're giving it space to grow and create these elaborate, terrifying what-if scenarios in your mind. The longer you wait, the bigger the monster under the bed gets. The antidote, the cure, the only thing that really works, is to take action. Even the smallest step forward breaks the cycle of paralysis. The moment you move, you shift your focus from the fear in your head to the task at hand. Action provides clarity. You might succeed or you might fail, but either way, you get real-world feedback instead of just scary speculation. And here's the magic part. Every time you take action, you build a little bit of confidence. You prove to yourself, hey, I did that scary thing and I survived. Confidence isn't something you have, it's something you build, brick by brick, with every action you take in the face of fear. You are not an island. Your mind is constantly being influenced by the world around you. Rule number 23 is a reminder of a theme we've touched on. Your environment, both the people and the space, shapes your mindset. This is so critical for mental resilience. Think about the people you interact with daily. Do they lift you up, or do they drag you down? Are you spending time with optimists and action takers, or with complainers and critics? The conversations you have and the attitudes you're exposed to become the background music of your mind. You must consciously choose to tune into a station that empowers you. The same is true for your physical space. A cluttered, chaotic desk leads to a cluttered, chaotic mind. A home filled with triggers for bad habits like junk food on the counter or the TV remote in easy reach will constantly test your willpower. A mentally strong person doesn't just endure their environment, they curate it, they create spaces that inspire them, that reduce friction for good habits, and that protect their focus. They build a fortress of support, both socially and physically, that makes it easier to maintain a strong and positive mindset. We are obsessed with the highlight reel, the quantum leap, the overnight success. But that's not how real sustainable progress is made. Rule number 24 is a fundamental principle of achievement. Small, consistent steps are infinitely more powerful than occasional giant leaps. Think about it. What's more effective? Going to the gym for an intense 7-hour session once a month, or going for 30 minutes every single day? The answer is obvious. It's the consistency that creates the change. It's the compounding effect of small daily actions that leads to massive results over time. This should take the pressure off. You don't have to change your entire life today. You just have to take one small step, and then another one tomorrow. The goal is not to be a hero for a day. The goal is to be consistent for a year. This approach builds momentum, prevents burnout, and makes the journey manageable. Every small step you take is a vote of confidence in yourself. It's proof that you are a person who shows up. So, forget about grand gestures. Focus on winning the day. Master the art of the small, consistent step, and you will inevitably reach your destination. And this brings us to our final and perhaps most defining rule. Rule number 25 is this: resilience comes from how you respond to challenges. Life is not about what happens to you, it's about what you do with what happens to you. You cannot control the economy, you cannot control what other people do, and you cannot control every circumstance that comes your way. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and unexpected storms. These things are guaranteed. They are not a sign that you're on the wrong path. They are simply a part of the human experience. Your mental strength, your character, your entire future is defined in the gap between the event and your response. Do you crumble, or do you rise? Do you see it as a catastrophe, or do you see it as a challenge to be overcome? Do you let it defeat you, or do you let it define you in a positive way? The power is always, always in your response. By choosing to respond with courage, with ownership, with a focus on solutions, and with a commitment to learning, you turn every single adversity into a stepping stone. This is the ultimate mark of an unstoppable mind. And there you have it, the 25 rules for building unshakable mental strength. I know we covered a lot, but I want you to see this as your practical, actionable roadmap. This isn't just a collection of inspiring ideas, it's a guide to living a more powerful and fulfilling life. From taking full responsibility to understanding that your resilience is defined by your response, each of these principles is a tool you can start using right now. Building mental toughness isn't a destination you arrive at overnight, it's a daily practice, a commitment to choosing growth over comfort and action over fear. My challenge to you is this: don't just be a passive listener, be an active participant in your own life. Pick one rule from this list, just one that resonated with you the most, and commit to putting it into practice starting today. Maybe it's embracing discomfort, or maybe it's focusing on progress over perfection. Whatever it is, start there. Small, consistent actions are what create lasting, monumental change. You have the map in your hands now. The journey to becoming mentally unstoppable begins with that single, intentional step. I believe in your ability to do this, and I'm so excited for what you're about to create in your life. Now I want to hear from you. Go down to the comments right now and tell me, which one of these 25 rules hit home the hardest for you? Sharing it makes it real. And if you found value in this journey today, and want more content to help you build a life you love, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for giving me your time and attention. Now go out there and be unstoppable.